Hello, and welcome to UCTV Gridiron, a new show where we talk about everything NFL offseason. In this episode, we'll be starting with a potential rebuild for my favorite team, the New England Patriots, starting with this upcoming year 2025. So let's just jump right into it. So any first step for a team wanting to rebuild is the draft. So I'll start with that, which is coming up in just a couple weeks. So right now the Patriots are sat at pick number 4. What I would like them to do if I was a GM is I would have them trade back to pick 6 with the Raiders. The Raiders need a quarterback. One of the two best ones will be available at number 4. I have us trading down to pick 6, then getting the Raiders' second round pick with that. And then at 6, you can get McMillan, the wide receiver out of Arizona. He's the guy I want most from this draft. We have offensive line issues, but Drake May is mobile enough that he masks them. So if we can get the guy we want at 6 and get an additional 6th round pick, I'm all for that. So if we go to the second round, we'll have 2 early second round picks. I think it was the 37th and 40th, somewhere around that range. With the first one, that's where you want to go offensive lineman, take the best one available. I'm hoping for Tyler Booker. If not, offensive guard Donovan Jackson. Just anywhere on offensive guard with that. And then just a few picks later, I would hope to take the best edge available. We're desperately lacking in that. At this point, the best available, hopefully Mike Green, if we're lucky. If not, James Pierce Jr. We have 2 third-rounders because of the Matthew Judon trade, in which we absolutely fleeced Atlanta. So with that, this time take the tackle position. With the first one, take the best available tackle. Hopefully Cameron Williams Jr. is still there at this spot. And then with the other one, you take the best available cornerback, which is hopefully Quincy Riley. So just, more defensive depth. We need some help for Christian Gonzalez. Obviously, we need offensive tackle and edge and a lot of things. Then just for the rest of the draft, we have a good amount of capital. Just use the remaining picks to try and get maybe a lucky hit on a running back, defensive line, linebacker, secondary. We have so many holes. Just if you can get a hit and get some depth on one of those later round guys in any position, I'll be very happy with that. So that's the draft. And moving on to the offseason. There was a lot of rumor that we might go after T. Higgins. That's not going to happen. It looks like that T. Higgins is going to get franchise tagged again, or at the very minimum, we've stepped out of consideration, which I'm not too upset with. It's a lot of money. I think there's other options we can do, especially if we draft McMillan with our first round pick. So what I want to see in the offseason is we trade for Cooper Kupp. I think that would be a really good selection for us. A good veteran guy. We have a young wide receiver group. A good guy to just be there, a good solid target for Drake May. I think he'll fit in with our system pretty well. Hopefully we only have to give up a 3rd round pick for 2026. The max that we're willing to give up is a 2025 4th round pick. That's about what he's going for right now. Then we have the most cap in the league, so we need to make big splashes. So we have actually very good deals on all of our players. We don't really have a ton of bad signings, partly due to the fact that we just don't sign any big-name guys. But the guys we do have that are sneakily good, we're not paying them a lot, which is why we have so much cap for them. And one cut or trade I would consider is our defensive tackle, Devon Godshaw, to free cap room for if we draft another defensive tackle in the upcoming draft. Godshaw's a good player. It's just he's like one of the few guys I noticed who we're paying a little bit more that the production isn't quite there. And actually, as of yesterday, after I had already researched this, they gave him permission to seek a trade. So I guess I was right on with that one. And then for other offensive line, I guess this is probably outdated now, but I wanted us to target Trey Smith of the Chiefs on the O-line in free agency. That'd be a big money spending, but unfortunately it's looking like he's going to get franchise tagged. So then my other option for cheaper is Ronley Stanley out of Stan Lee out of from the Ravens. He's a veteran guy. He's good when he's healthy. He's really good. So we can get him for a bit cheaper. We need a veteran presence on a devastatingly bad offensive line. And then turning to the defensive side, I really think we can make some big splashes. There's some big names out there. A lot of them are from the defending champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, with the historically good defense. So I've targeted 3 guys from the Eagles and 1 guy from the Cowboys. I would be happy if we get 2 of these. Obviously, I know we're not going to get all of them, but there's just some names I hope we target. So we have, from the Eagles, we have Milton Williams on the defensive line. Zach Bond, a hybrid player, really emerged this year as one of the best linebackers in the league. And then Josh Sweat off the edge. That's a position we need to fill. He's one of the best. And from the Cowboys, it would be nice if we get Osa Odigizua. It's based on what I've researched. It looks like him and the Cowboys are not going to be able to come to a long-term deal, so he'll probably end up in free agency, and we need help on that D-line. I think he would be a good fit. So out of all those 4 defensive players, I hope you get 2 of them. I'm not going to be greedy. And then Ron Lee Stanley, or any just veteran offensive line signing, because we need something. We have the cap space for it. I know the last time we had a lot of cap space, I think it was the 2021 or 2022 offseason, we spent a lot of money, and we didn't spend it good. A lot of those players we signed to big contracts didn't work out for us. They're not on the team. For example, Jonnu Smith, Jalen Mills, those guys didn't work out. So we really got to be smart here with how we start this rebuild, and this is a very crucial offseason for us. We have the most cap. We have a good draft pick. So if we want to start the rebuild, I think this is the best things for us to do in this upcoming couple weeks and couple months as we prepare for the start of the 2025 NFL season. Now we'll wrap up this first episode of UCTV Gridiron, where we just